Friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. So with the new reward system, upgraded reward system, we should say, we still have the regular rewards, but EA also added in rewards now for Hut Rush, for Rivals, for Squad Battles, where you can now trade in collectibles. Rush having the bronze being the easiest of the game modes, Silver being for Squad Battles, being kind of in the middle, and then Rivals being the most difficult, of course, being online. The question now becomes, which one of these game modes, as things have changed, becomes the most worth playing to try to achieve some of these awards? And I think ultimately it's going to depend. It's going to depend on what's going on in that particular season. We still have to learn about Squad Battles. I think Squad Battles is always going to kind of be that middle of the pack, where you just kind of, you know, if you feel like just nonchalant in a game or two, throwing it in there 3 or 4 games. But the reason it depends besides that is because right now you have Rivals Burst. Rivals Burst essentially, you know, I think this puts the rewards doing Rival Burst at number 1. Because the games are quicker, you can hurry up and pump them out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because they're 2-minute periods, and then you're going to get your gold collectibles, you're going to get your packs, and you can use those gold collectibles. I mean, at the end of the day, Rivals has the best rewards, so the more collectibles you can get for Rivals, the better. Obviously, if you have to play 50 games to rank into Platinum or rank into Diamond, it may not be as worth it because you got to play 50 games. But because they're 2-minute periods, you can pump them games out in half the time. So instead of playing 50, you play 25, or instead of playing 20, you play 10. So I think the rewards right now are spectacular for Rivals. I think in full games, that's when you can kind of temper it back a little bit, kind of learn where you're at in your game. Where can we go back to we used to be able to look at last season's rank. Can we still do that? We can. Okay, yeah. So Platinum's 11K, Diamond's 18K. I mean, that's essentially, you know, winning 20, 22 games, 23 games. So you kind of have to look at, you know, balance it there where you think you're going to fall at. I think, you know, if you think you have a hard time winning 23 games, you look at gold and say, okay, let's do the Jumbo Premium Players Pack. And it's not going to show. We got to look at the gold for this time around. Did they draw what? Gold? Now, did they drop? I did not notice that. Jumbo NHL Players Pack. Am I seeing that right? Did they give us less packs with these collectibles? Players Pack, 1 NHL Players Pack, Jumbo Premium. No, they didn't. Okay, they're a little bit better. Okay, never mind. I was about to say I was confused. I was a little bit sketchy for a second. The last one is a Players Pack, the Jumbo Premium Players Pack. This time it is the prime. No, see, the gold reward's worse. It looks like some of the other ones are better. Interesting to say the very least, but still, even 4 gold collectibles is, you know, essentially winning 3 or 4 games, and I think that's good. I think for that particular, you know, area, that's the best bang for your buck playing Rivals. You get that 3 or 4 wins, fall into that silver tier. That's going to give you 4 gold collectibles, because once you move up after that, I mean, you're getting 5 for the next tier, 6 for the next tier. It's like, you're going to get a pack with it, but again, it depends on your division as well. The packs are going to be better. You're going to get a pack with it, but a lot of times there's just, well, you know, quite frankly, not a lot in that pack, but you're guaranteed these collectibles which you can trade in for things. So I always like the balance game. I think it definitely plays a big thing in Rivals. Definitely plays a little bit in Rush too. I think there comes a point in time where it's like you grind too much, the reward just doesn't balance the grind. But if you grind too little, you end up with something like a bronze level where your premium pack and a gold collectible is like, yeah, that's not the greatest either. Just play 1 game. So there's a happy medium. Typically, you find that around the middle where the time played in the reward is at its highest. It's like you don't have to play as much to get the best rewards kind of thing, compared to where if you play, you know, maybe the best example I could say, maybe play 20 games and you're going to get 1.5k per game, you know, 30k worth of rewards, but you play 30 games and maybe you only get 35k worth of rewards. So instead of 1.5, you're at what, 1.3 or so. And let's say you play 30 games and you only get, you know, 30 games worth of, or 30k worth, and you're only getting 1k per game. So if that makes sense, you know, the higher you go, it seems like the rewards can balance out in that regard, where you're playing per game what the reward's going to be. So I always try to find that happy medium there, but there's definitely a spot for Rivals, especially right now when the games are shorter, where you can pump them out quicker. You just snap them off at the, you know, as quick as possible, because you look at the Rivals rewards and they're really freaking good. They're really good compared to the other two. I mean, you can get the Diamond collectibles, you get the 86 over headline and Kucherov for 19 collectibles. You know, we just talked about that's 5 weeks. 5 weeks with the Rivals, just playing 3 games. So 15 games gets you an 86 Kucherov. I think that's very, very, very solid. And I think down the road, we're going to see EA continue to upgrade this. It won't be an 86, maybe an 87 or an 88. So maybe you just in the background, a little background noise. You know, you play 2 or 3, you win 4 games of Rivals a week. It's not a lot. It's not tedious. You're not stuck on grinding it all day. You play 4 games of Rivals a week, you can get 4 gold collectibles. You're higher level, higher division, maybe you get 5 collectibles, or you get 6 collectibles, and you're still going to get that 1 pack or 2 packs. It won't be as good as some of the others, but you're still going to get it. You're not going to put as much work in it. And it's going to be a slow grind, but every once in a while, you're going to get some nice packs. I mean, even if you're with the ultimate, if you really want to go in, or if you really just want to play, 5 collectibles a week, 5 weeks, you get an ultimate pack every 5 weeks. I mean, that's going to be better than the odds of getting 5. That's 25 games. We'll say 25 games in 5 weeks. You've got to play 25 games in 1 week to get an ultimate, to get close to an ultimate pack. Right? So I think that's where we say, there is a happy medium in playing too much. I can't speak for other, divisions, because I just quit our games and played the 1 game just so he was ranked and could show it to us. Because I'll be honest, I don't like playing the online stuff as much when it's as sweaty. But, it's a personal preference there. But, it's just an example, though. It's like, hey, Jumbo NHL Players Pack, you're going to have to play you're going to essentially win 30 games. 30 games, 35 games. That Jumbo NHL Players Pack, and you look at how much it would have cost you just to, play 5 games a couple of times. So that's kind of the example we're giving there. I like playing a smaller amount of games there, definitely for Rivals. When it's a short game like this week, hey, hammer it. Squad battles can kind of be the same. Squad battles is all over the place on whether that's worth it or not right now, because being quite frank, we just unless they upgraded it. Did they update it? They weren't very vocal about what was going on here and how much was in each thing. Now, I would assume, no, I can't. It might just be a baseline, because see, the packs don't change colors. It's always the same color, which makes it a little bit confusing on how many collectibles you're going to get. So we'll have to we'll wait and see on that. Typically though, like I finished Pro 2 last time. I think finishing Elite 3, Pro 1, it's a really good range for Pro Elite 3. Really, that's where the packs kind of upgrade a little bit. Elite 3 is kind of the area you want to be. That's going to cost you a little bit though. You're going to have to play. I'm trying to think. No, it ain't too bad. If you can play on Superstar, it ain't too bad, because you don't have to play. See, you used to be able to go back. I don't understand why we can't go back this year, where it shows the current and the former. Is it X? No, it used to show the former, but it's not doing it no more. I'm trying to think. What do we finish? About 10K, 8K right around Pro 2. So, if you play your games on Superstar, that's 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I mean, you play 8 games on Superstar. If it's more difficult, it's going to take you longer. But I think, you can get that 8 to 10 game range there. You play 4 or 5 in Rivals. Also, you're talking about 15 games. Which, it's 2 games a day. And it's 2 games a day during the week if you think about it. Then we talk about Hut Rush. Hut Rush right now, when Rivals is struggling, as in when it's, you're playing full games, I think Hut Rush is a great mode to go to. We have played 8 games of Hut Rush. I think it's going to say we played 10, because those are the 2 games we just turned on and turned the controller. Me or man, I put the controller down to get the set thing done or whatever, the daily thing. But when we started playing, we played 8 games. We lost the 1 online. We only played 2 online. I would recommend playing online to get more points out, a lot more points. And they're kind of in between players. We were just trying to see how quickly we could pump out some of the goals. But you get some ridiculous rewards just for pumping out the goals and following the goals. And we're talking 1 gold player, 2 gold players, 3 gold players, 4 gold players, bronze collectible, 5 gold players. I mean, we got 5 gold players and bronze collectible for playing 8 games, 4-minute periods. So essentially we played 2.5 games, 2.5 full games there when you really consider 2.5 full games. And we got 1 collectible. And again, if you played online, you'd probably pump on a little bit quicker. But we're on the border of getting a couple more. We'll be right around that 2 million range. So you get 2 gold players, 2 gold players, 1 gold. So we're about to 5, 8 gold players. Remember the gold players, you buy them off the auction house, you saw them, okay, 1,500. So that's 8 to 12K worth of value there. And you're starting to get the bronze collectibles. You're going to get a couple more gold. You're going to get the XP collectibles that goes for that direction. You get the bronze collectibles as well. But it's a quick mode where to say you can play 2.5 full games and have that kind of progress and be over 1 million. You consider, again, you average that out. And if somebody's better at the game scoring a lot more goals, you're going to do even better than that. But we're at 1.2 after 8 games. So you consider 16 games would be 2.5. 24 games would be 5 million. 24 games would get you to the max or get you to the power-up collectible pack. You can play a little bit longer than that. What do we say? 24 games, you divide that by 3. Essentially, that ain't right. 24 games, 4 minutes. We not mathing right? No, we ain't mathing right. That would be 32 games. My mistake. Doing it on the fly. But you divide that before essentially 8 full games. 8 full games is not bad. 8 to 10 full games to get the max reward, to get a power-up collectible, to get a mega pack. I think you're doing all right. 8 to 10 games. So I think it's definitely worth it because you're gonna get the headliners player item week 1. You get the jumbo premium pack. You're gonna get the headliners, the jumbo premium. Like there's a lot of stuff in here. Considering you can play 8 to 10, and it's easy games for the most part. They're kind of relaxed compared to you can do the same thing for any other mode. And I don't know if you get the same guarantee, you get the same pullback, especially when you're guaranteed the collectibles in a mega pack. So I think a tradable mega pack, by the way. So I do really like Hot Rush. I would tier it up there right around the top until we see exactly how many collectibles they give us in squad battles. Nonetheless, though, that is our thoughts. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you consider liking the video, subscribing. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.